I mean, what did you think when all of a sudden Elvis, who delivered groceries with Gene to your mom, to your grandmother's house, to your mom, became Elvis Presley that we know today? I mean, what did you think? Like,
I didn't think much about it. Isn't that weird?
so, guys, get your popcorn ready. This is going to be an awesome episode. Rose Clayton Phillips was at the Lamar Airways September 1954 concert. Elvis on a flatbed truck. You're going to learn that story. And she also was at the famous September 26, 56 show in Tupelo, the homecoming for Elvis when he rock and rolled that iconic footage on stage. Rose's daddy shot the footage that you're seeing. You're going to learn this incredible story and more. Don't miss it. And, guys, you can meet Rose Clayton Phillips with me and the Spa Guy, our Elvis Week, the Tiger Man Elvis Week, August the 8th to 17th. You can meet Rose on August the 12th, 7:30 to 8:30. It's going to be an incredible night with Rose Clayton Phillips. She's going to share stories. She's going to share something special. So you got to get your tickets now. In the description of this video, the link will take you to the ticket link. You can check out, hang out with Rose Clayton, me and the Spa Guy. Also, Ginger Alden, Elvis's fiance, the last woman with Elvis. Elvis was going to marry Ginger. I've seen the ring. It exists. Maybe Ginger will bring it to the Tiger Man. You just have to buy a ticket and show up to find out. So, guys, Ginger Alden is going to be awesome. Her and the Spa Guy are going to talk Elvis in the dojo where Elvis trained for battle. 3217 Louisville Road, 1 mile from the most famous mansion in rock and roll history, Graceland. And you can ride from Graceland all the way up Elvis Presley Boulevard to the Tiger Man, just like Elvis did once upon a time. We have Dave Heller, Memphis Mafia member. He was in our dojo with Elvis when that iconic footage of Elvis in the dojo was captured. Dave returns. He's 87. He can still kick your butt. Come and meet Dave. Hear his incredible stories. We also have Elvis Presley's 1962 jet. It's going to be parked outside in the parking lot. Only at the Tiger Man. This is going to be the most incredible Elvis week ever. And I'm telling you, come down to the Tiger Man by Spa Guy and see what Spa Guy has brought to the Elvis world. It's like nothing you've ever seen, and it's by fans, made by fans, for you fans. Don't miss it. Don't double dribble. Tighten up. Come hang out with me and Spa Guy August the 8th through 17th in Memphis, Tennessee, and tell all your friends. And Spa Guy also says, tell all your enemies. And don't double dribble. It's going to be so incredible. All right, guys, let's get to the show.
At one time, they had an opening of the Cats Theater. No, Cats Shopping Center. And Elvis and Scotty and Bill played on a flatbed truck. And I was there watching. We had walked.
At Lamar Airways.
Yes, Lamar Airways. We had walked from South Memphis to Lamar Airways, which was a city limit in those days.
You must have been in shape back then, Rose.
Yeah, oh well, yeah. And then they were on there performing, and I got this idea. I said, now, my birthday's not too far away, and Mother said on my next birthday I could wear lipstick.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, this is a really good chance for me to buy some lipstick, and Mother won't know it, and I've got some saved up money. So I leave and I go inside to buy lipstick. And Elvis noticed I was gone. When I came back, he said, how did you like the show? And I said, oh, I thought it was real good. And he said, yeah, what you saw of it.
So he
knew, but he knew
cool.
everybody.
How'd that make you feel when he knew Elvis was watching
it made me feel embarrassed, actually.
Wow.
Because I wasn't supporting him, but
Yeah.
I took everything personally at that age. I was a teenager.
Yeah.
But that wasn't unusual. Elvis just didn't forget people. Everybody says that.
Yeah.
I mean, even when I would see him, sometimes either my uncle or my dad would be showing a movie at one of the theaters in South Memphis or at the Memphian, and Dad was good about calling me and saying, this is what I pulled, what I've got for Elvis tonight. You might want to see this or that, and, why don't you come on out here? And so I would go and just go up in the booth with Dad and watch through the little hole in the wall.
Tell me some stories of Elvis at the Memphian.
Pardon?
Tell me some stories of Elvis at the Memphian.
Well, I didn't pay much attention to
You
him.
watched the
They
movie.
were, yes, I watched the movie. That was how I met Arlene Cogan, though, the
Yeah, Arlene,
girl
your
I
friend
wrote a
Arlene,
book
Elvis'
about. And
friend.
that, yeah, I was going in the door and she was coming out, and we ran into each other.
Wow.
You know how those doors are. And she was so friendly. Like a lot of the girls that ran around with Elvis weren't. You know, they were like stuck up. A few of them, not Frances and not Heidi.
Well,
I mean, not and
how
not
did
Gloria.
girls react to
Hmm?
Elvis back then? How did girls act with Elvis? Like, tell me how women. What did you see women do around Elvis?
You know,
Because I know you're watching. All right, you know, there's
yeah,
got to be something.
I guess the really um, time I noticed it more than any other time was when Elvis did the Mississippi and
Tupelo.
Tupelo State
Yeah.
Fair. And my dad went to shoot it for, he was a cinematographer, and he went to shoot it for the news network.
Yeah, the newsreel. They put it on all the newsreels.
Right.
So your dad is the one that filmed that footage.
Yes. And
To me, that's some of the
well,
most incredible,
it
iconic
is,
rock and roll footage of
because at
Elvis.
that time he was the only one there.
Did y'all hear that? Her dad is the videographer, like me, filming Elvis September 26, 1956 in
Yeah.
Tupelo, there at the fairgrounds there. And
Well, what was amazing about it is that Colonel Parker called. Colonel had a way of like setting things up just so Dad would know, just so he would have some idea what Elvis was doing. Not that he was promoting it or anything, but it might be newsworthy.
right, right.
So Dad said, "Well, that might be interesting. You know, he's a movie star now. Let's, you know, see what's going on." So I went with him, and we're driving down there. We're thinking of if he interviews, what would we ask him and that type of thing. So, as I said, the colonel had called about it, and he said the National Guard is going to be there. And he says, "Well, how do you know?" And he says, "How do I know what?" And he said that the National Guard is going to be there. He said, "You don't call in the National Guard until there's a riot. And there's no riot yet because it hadn't started." And he said, "Well, I'm going to take care of that." So we get there, there's National Guard people walking around, and Dad said, "Well, I guess Colonel took care of that." And he had all these big camera cases, and it's very hot out there, and there was no place to sit except there was one folding chair. And so I went over and introduced myself to the lady in the folding chair, and I said, "Would you mind if we put these uh, camera cases there? Because I'm going to sit on one and like secure the footage." "Oh, honey, I'd just love to have you. You just sit right down here with me. I'm Marie Parker." And she says, "I'm glad for the company." And we sat there and talked probably 45 minutes to an hour.
Colonel's wife.
And yes. And so she asked me all about myself. And I told her I was going to high school and I wanted to go to college. And she said, "What do you want to do?" And "I want to be a journalist like my dad. I just love telling people stories. And I report for the school paper." I thought that was a big deal back then. And so she says, "Well, you know, you might want to think about that college." She said, "Now, uh, I don't remember now. She called him the Colonel. I don't know why that slipped my mind or not. Or she said Bob. I don't. I mean, Tom. I don't. I don't remember what that was. And I'm surprised I don't, but I don't." And she said he really believes in his boy. He thinks he's just going to go on, and he's going to need people working with him. He can't do all that work. You might want to think about that. And I said, "Well, I just really think I want to go to college." And she took a piece of paper out of her purse and a pencil, and she wrote down her name, address, and home phone number in Madison, Tennessee. And then she put on there a colonel's wife, and she gave that to me. And she said, "If you're ever up in Madison, Tennessee, or if you ever need me for anything, you just want to ask me something about Elvis, you just call me. And I never did.
What?
Never
Rose.
did.
Ah,
I'm
you
the,
could have
que-
had an incredible
I'm the
interview right there.
queen of passing up opportunities.
Right.
I just don't
Rose,
know what it
where do you
is.
still have that signature? Do you still have her?
Mm-mm.
Come on.
What happened was my dad had a photo studio on Macklemore.
Okay.
It was actually down the street from the Capitol Theater, and caught on fire.
That stuff was in
And
there.
all my Elvis pictures. And I had a little Elvis Brownie camera, and I took pictures that day.
Oh wow, you had some.
Yes,
So,
I had.
so okay, so what happened to? Oh, sorry. What happened to your dad's footage from Tupelo? Did he still own that, or what happened to that?
No, I forgot what news work he filmed it for. It's in my Elvis Up Close book,
Yeah.
which was written in '94. Um, let me see. He, in those days, when you shot the film, it was on film then, and you had to put it in those metal cases.
Yes.
And then I've got a bag I could show you. They were like straw kind of bags. And they would have ABC News on it or NBC News on it. And when Dad would finish uh,
A real.
a reel, he would give it to me, and I would mark on there who it is and
Yeah.
where it is, which I had all those years later. I was doing the same thing for Entertainment Tonight.
So
It's
think about
so
this,
funny.
guys. That after her father filmed Elvis on September 26, 56, that we all seen that famous footage of him on stage. I'm showing y'all right now. That footage that you're seeing right there. Rose, right here in front of you, she labeled that
Yeah,
footage
I
for
labeled
your
the
father.
cane.
I mean, that's
It's
incredible,
sitting
Rose.
up. It still have the bags, the kind of bags I put the film in. I saved a couple.
All right.
And
I've got to see one. I got to see
well,
that.
you can see two. I've got ABC and CBS.
That could be a
Dad
cool
was
item for the Tiger Man.
Dad. Was a card carrying union cinematographer, and he's in the first 100 that was ever uh, given a license. So, since so few people knew how to operate a camera,
Yeah.
when a story broke in the South, like if it was a story on President Kennedy or James Earl Ray, whoever called him first, he would do the story for it.
Wow.
Because he had no way of knowing whether another station was going to call
Right.
for it. So we had to keep all the bags there. And then I would fill out the label and make sure that it.
I wonder how much footage he shot that day, because we only see a little bit, but he probably shot a lot, right?
Well, um,
Or would they just use whatever he shot?
well, it was a strange thing. It was a real strange thing.
Why's that?
Um, when Dad got there, he was talking to Colonel Parker. And Colonel Parker says, "We've got a trap door on the stage." Trap door? What's that about? And he says, "Well, when the girls rush the stage, I got to get my boy out of there." So the door opens, and they go down that way. They go in the car, and they're gone. So that show was shorter than we intended it to be. So Dad was holding back a little bit, waiting for the crowd to get right and the sun to get right and all of the things to get right. That's why it's really short. And so as he's filming it, he looks over, he gets a picture of these girls. I don't know if it's on that tape you're talking about, but one of them's eyes roll back at her head, and he's shooting her, and she faints. She's like out of it. So he's getting that, and then all of a sudden another one faints. So he's getting her, and all of them are like going crazy, yelling, screaming, scratching their faces, pulling their hair. And I just like, what is going on with this? And so then he goes back to film it again, and it's cut short. The trap door opens, Elvis goes down it, gets in the car, he's gone.
So I've never heard that before. So Elvis left out off that stage in Tupelo from a trap door on the stage that took him just right to the car in the back of the stage.
That's the way it happened.
Do you remember the girl that jumped up on the stage and went and hugged him?
No. Oh, wait, now I remember. I don't remember who she was.
But you remember that
Yes,
happening?
yes.
So you saw that?
Yes. Well, I think what happened, see, the National Guard figured they had lost control with that. And of course, if they had rushed him, they would have.
Yeah.
You know, there would have been nothing they could have done. One can get up there, 20 can get up there, you know.
But those girls were going crazy. You just said they were fainting.
And that is when it hit me. Other than that, we had a lot of good bands in Memphis, a lot of good bands. And I mean, Willie Mitchell had his band. I never finished with that a minute ago, but we were accustomed to seeing good bands, and I just didn't think. I mean, I had a good-looking boyfriend. He was a star baseball player and had won a scholarship to the University of Alabama. And I just, you know, I just thought he hung the moon. So I wasn't studying Elvis at all at that point. It was funny because everybody kept saying, "Well, what did you think when it was Elvis?" And I said, "It was Elvis."
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just like I've seen Elvis all my life.
That's cool.
It's no big deal. And when Dad worked at some studios out in Hollywood, I went out there. It was so funny because Dad worked for Paramount Studios, and all those years later, when I would fill out the movie for Entertainment Tonight, they would go to Paramount Studios on Gowan Avenue.
That's great.
And I thought, how could my time have come full circle like that, that I'm actually doing this? It was fascinating, really.